High school, Westport Middle School athletic revolving accounts.
We had been asked to go ahead and do a more detailed analysis of monies coming in and out of the athletic revolving accounts. In reality, it's one account. However, this year when we split the two athletic positions, we kind of have been trying to keep them separate just to keep track of where the money's coming in and where it's going. The fall part of the athletic revolving, those are monies pretty much known. So we can tell you with some certainty that those numbers are true to form. The winter and the springs sports, winter hasn't finished, so there may be more expenses than what we have estimated. And then for the spring, it's all projected based on last year. So right now, we're, as of, when did we put this out? Thursday or Friday?
This is the new one.
No, I know, but the one they got in the packet was Friday. We did get one more bill for the high school that kind of switched the amounts. So at this point, again, it's estimated. I don't know how much money we're going to clear out of the winter sports or the spring sports, but we may be short for the whole entire operation, including the support from the regular budget and the support from the revolvers, by about $3,000, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Which is basically the difference of what I'm seeing in here now.
Right now, we were estimating as of last Thursday that the high school revolving would have a $14,000 balance, and the middle school would have a $10,000 deficit. So one could have covered the other because they're in the same bank account. We just, in order to keep track of it, separated out in our own books. But the high school expenses for transportation, because we had some additional travel in the fall.
Was that tournament stuff?
Yeah. So when we got the bills, the high school is not going to have that. I think we calculated it yesterday or today. I forget when. I think it was yesterday. They're only going to end up with about $9,400 as a plus. So we'll be short a few $100, and hopefully that'll be it.
Just a clarification, Dr. Colley, through the chair. You had mentioned this was put together last Friday. I'm showing a date of December 13th. Just a clarification on that.
Did you get this one? Is it on there, underneath you?
All the dates I have.
I'm not sure why.
Here?
The new one you got for the high school
high school one is-
was
Okay, so this was outside of our
2/9.
packet.
Yeah, because that one we just did today because we got those bills. Most of this was already calculated as of December.
I didn't see this on the
Yeah.
table.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. We had another set of bills for transportation that we didn't account for in the fall. So we're still thinking with the increase fees that we've asked parents to pay, with the amount of money that's in the regular budget to pay for supervision and some of the, supplies, transportation, coaches, referees, all of that, between the two, we should hopefully break even for the year.
Through the chair again. I had brought this up last week just because you had said at the beginning of the year, if we had fees, we'd look at it and decided if we were taking in too much money, we'd at least eliminate or drop them down. But it's clearly that we're going to come out about break even. So I think we're just meeting our obligation to everybody to be transparent and say, these are the fees that came in and this is what goes out. So we're right where we should be.
And we'll continue to give you updates because, like I said, depends. I mean, we may be totally off. We may go to tournament for every single sport, and then, our budget is blown. But right now, like I said, we don't have all the winter information yet because we're still playing basketball. By the way, they're doing really well. And we have not even started with the spring sports. So hopefully we can stay within what we have. And certainly, if there is, at the end of the year, a balance of any substance, we can come back and discuss it. I'm just not expecting that. Now, I know people look at one sport versus another. One sport may actually bring in some money versus another sport that may use more money.
You don't
I'm
see
looking
it,
at
there's
the
not a
whole.
lot of that, though.
No, but I'm just
Gate receipts, that's about it.
trying to be true to what we've done in the past, which is, it used to be handled by one person, so we kept it as one account, and nobody ever asked, what sport was bringing in what, so.
One other quick question.
Mr. Larry.
Dr. Colley, I see on here a donation for fall sports. When those come in, are those earmarked for particular sports that people have donated to, or is it just, I want to donate to the Westport sports programs?
It depends how it comes in. Sometimes it's just a straight donation. Sometimes it's like from the boosters, and they just say, here, use it for the sports, or put it into the activity account. Sometimes it is donation directly to a sport. Sometimes it's in kind. We'll pay for this piece, you pay for that piece.
Okay.
Mr. Selby?
Just one question. If we're going forward next year with our negotiations with transportation, is there a possibility that that may affect the cost of transportation for sports programs?
Right now, the transportation, we usually do it by season or by sport, and we actually go try to get 3 quotes. We have not added it as part of the whole transportation bid. I know some districts do, some districts don't. We just went out to do a study. We asked the Massachusetts School Business Officials Group to come in and do some research into practices that we have in the district and maybe what kind of things we could do better before we go out to bid. We haven't gotten their report back. I'm hoping we get it before the end of the month. And then we'll build bids around their recommendations. I don't think they mentioned that one, though.
I just see it as one of the bigger expenses, obviously, and not that we, so, thank you.
I'll make a note of that, but it may be part of what they recommend, the MASBO group.
We all set with that? Thank you, Dr. Colley. Letter E, update on, that is letter E. Letter F, draft.
Hold on.
Sorry.
If I don't make my notes, I won't remember. All right.
Letter F, draft fiscal year 12 budget discussion.
Okay. I'm actually going to use the computer to put up on the wall of course. No, too small.